Welcome back to another episode of Sandbox Sessions. I'm one of your co-hosts, Rachel. I'm all things operations here at Recess.
My name is Taylor. I'm one of the co-founders of Recess.
Evan, co-founder, Recess.
We're super excited today to welcome our friends and guests, Dr. Brielle and Whitley, our resident physical therapists here at Recess. All right, today we're diving into how movement, performance, and recovery all come together from the gym floor to the therapy table. You can use it as prevention, not just rehab on some of your old injuries.
So my name's Whitley. I have always had an athletic background. I played softball in college, and so I knew I kind of wanted to go in the health and fitness space in my career, but I didn't really know what that looked like. But like most physical therapists, I got injured playing a sport and then was in a lot of physical therapy. So that's kind of how I got into the field.
Yeah, kind of similar. My introduction to physical therapy came during my time as a competitive gymnast. So I had surgeries, lots of injuries, so I was kind of like in and out of the PT clinic a lot, and that's kind of what first got me interested in it. So, yeah.
What all does it take to become a physical therapist, doctor of physical therapy? It seems like a pretty big deal.
So you have your undergraduate degree, so majority of physical therapists will get a bachelor's in exercise science. Like mine was specifically exercise and movement science at Missouri State. Kinesiology, like what was your degree?
Yeah, mine was health and exercise science at OU.
So you do your undergraduate, take all your prerequisites, and then apply to PT programs, which are typically 3 years long. So at the end of that, that's when you get your doctorate of physical therapy. About
Nice.
7 years, yeah.
It's really cool, how all this came together. We always try to grow Recess, and how Whitley came on board, and how Brielle came on board. You knew Whitley, Rachel, prior to her. Y'all had some kind of...
Yeah, I think we probably had the first connection. We had met actually in the bodybuilding world, had the same posing coach, and I also like tanned her for competitions and stuff. And then she was doing training, like just personal training kind of on the side as a side gig. And I was like, well, Whitley would be awesome. Like she's got this physical therapy background. She's also in the bodybuilding world. We need some more girls on the floor. Like it's a win-win. We should get Whitley on. And so Taylor's like, all right, cool. So that's, I feel like how that part started. And then it just kind of continued to like blossom into our other department. But I feel like your story
Yeah, it's cool.
with Brielle is more funny.
Yeah, I mean, right. And, there's always like this, I feel like I've seen a disparity, a little bit of a gap of space in fitness where physical therapy takes place in-house. It's not that common, right? But the way this whole thing blossomed it was relatively intentional. Well, actually, it was kind of organic. We were skiing. We were on a ski trip. I was gonna do this shoulder surgery a year ago. Instead, we were skiing. Evan was crushing it on his snowmobile, and thing flipped over. The rationale of not doing my shoulder surgery part of that trip, because I thought, well, if I go snowboarding him on that trip, I'll just, get it fixed when I come back, because then I'll be really hurt. But instead, I came back with a hurt back. We were flipping the jet ski over. Snowmobile thing. I always call it a jet ski. Snowmobile.
Jet ski of the snow.
Yeah. it's jet ski. Flipped it over and, hurt my back. And then that's when, it was a whatever, L4, L5 herniated disc. And then I went to Baylor for physical therapy. And I was like, had this dumb moment because I saw Whitley there. But insurance sent me up with Brielle for my rehab. And that's when, you helped me get back on track with my back. And that was terrible. It was a terrible time. But it was through that time and seeing like everything that they did at Baylor, which is a great program. But I thought, how cool would it be to bring that into the gym, and really help bring more of Whitley does, make those services available. And you two, I can see like you all become good friends.
Yeah.
In the clinic.
That's the coolest part of like the third like connection is that you guys end up being besties at Baylor and like neighbors now.
Yeah, we live 2 doors down from each other. But it's really funny because Taylor was my first patient at Baylor. So I had been doing travel PT, so like contract work for about a year after I moved to Dallas. So I started my contract at Baylor like that day, and Taylor was my first evaluation at that clinic. And it just so happened, I'm like pulling up his paperwork, like looking through stuff, and I see recess, and I'm like, I literally walked over to Whitley and I was like, do you know this person? So I kind of, before that I was like, oh, we have, this connection, and Whitley and I had been there I think a week, and she's like, oh, do you want to go get drinks? You want to go to happy hour? So then, we became friends, and it all kind of happened at the same time. And I was telling Taylor about how, my goal eventually is to get into private practice and cash pay, kind of be able to do things a little bit differently. So it just all kind of happened.
The funny thing was too,
awesome.
I remember, when he got hurt, being like, well, Whitley's a physical therapist. Why don't you just go work with Whitley? And he was like, I don't want her to see me like this. And then he walks into Baylor, and Whitley's there, and he just gets to watch the whole session unfold, and he continues to watch his sessions. So it's just funny.
The back is great now, though, right?
The back's good. And, assuming people actually watch this thing, now I'm sitting here with a shoulder thing, but that's been a long time coming too. And, I feel lucky to be able to have you rehab that. Well, I even remember, in fact, when you were working on my back, I'm like, I got to have this shoulder surgery at some point soon. It's a thing. And so, we'll start that.
Add it to the list.
In December, yeah. So that'll be great. And we've already been able to start helping a lot of people here at Recess. Really excited about that program. Evan, you want to talk about that?
I just wanted to, I wanted to have y'all explain like the difference of what we're doing here, which is really individualized, like one-on-one intentional care that I feel like, perhaps is more relationship based, because typically it's through like the Recess family, culture. But can you speak to like physical therapy clinics and like large physical therapy clinics that are perhaps just like running people through, or, we all know like the chiropractors, right? That like their most important thing is to set you up on a monthly plan, and like, and I'm not sure they even like read over your file right before you come back through. It's almost like they're doing the same thing to everybody. And, can y'all speak to the personalization of what we're offering here with like Recess physical therapy? And
Yeah, so I think a big difference with what we do here versus when you go into a clinic is when we were working at a clinic like all day, we're seeing like 18 to 20 patients a day, sometimes 2 to 3 an hour. And on top of that, you're doing all this documentation for insurance. So like just the individualization and personalization kind of like goes to the wayside a little bit because you have so much on your plate. But here we're able to spend like as long as we want to with someone, whether they need 30 minutes or maybe they need 2 hours. Like sometimes we even spend that much time with them. It's really just about them and what they have going on.
Yeah. And I mean, my first job out of school, I worked at a clinic in Atlanta for about a year, and it was great. I loved my first job. And then I ended up coming to Dallas, and I was taking these travel contracts, and like inevitably you're going to be in a really understaffed clinic. That's why they're hiring a traveler. So, I mean, I've been in clinics in the last year where you have patients coming in every 30 minutes and you're treating 4 people at once. And it ends like it's impossible to give someone your undivided attention. So it ends up the treatment just kind of goes to the therapy tech, which therapy techs are awesome. We love them. But majority of them are there to get their hours to eventually apply for PT school. Like that's why they're working that job. So like if you have an injury or, you're dealing with whatever it is, like you want to go see a physical therapist, sometimes you're not even seeing a physical therapist. You're seeing them day one, and then after that, you're seeing a therapy tech. So just being able to kind of provide more individualized where we're going along with you through the whole process. Like you have my phone number, like you're texting me, you're sending me videos of your lifts that day, or, I'm asking you like, are you doing your stuff at home that I told you to do? So we can kind of be along with someone so much more throughout the whole process, which I think is huge.
It's also really cool to see you guys have more of like kind of a fusion style going on, because I see you guys all over the gym, whether it's like on the table with needles and cups, or whether you're on the turf and doing like weighted mobility stuff. Like you guys, I feel like are able to like utilize the whole playground, which is pretty cool to watch, and is you're kind of your own like walking business card.
Yeah, being at the gym and having all this equipment. Like a lot of clinics that I've worked at, we don't have heavier than like a 25-pound or 30-pound dumbbell. And then someone wants to go back into Olympic lifting, or they're doing like marathon training even, like being able to load to the level that we can here is so much different than if you just go to like the generic PT clinic that you're entering.
It's cool. I mean, the program integrates really well with the gym. You being a personal trainer and physical therapist, I mean, that's a lucky client. And you guys being boots on the ground here, helping people in the house, being able to communicate with the trainers and let them know, hey, here's their protocol, here's what's going on with them, face to face. I mean, that's really cool. I think it adds the community. It certainly helps enhance the personal training program and makes it a lot better for all the clients that we get to work with through personal training also. I think it's just a huge value add and enhancement.
Can y'all just for everyone who's unfamiliar, list off like the major then minor? Can you list off all the services that y'all offer here at Recess?
Yeah, so we can provide, full initial evaluation. That can be like you're dealing with a nagging injury, or you're just feel like you have crappy posture and you're like, what do I need to do to fix it?
We have like pain in a certain movement, like I had pain at the bottom of my spot.
Yeah, if you're post-op.
I'm working on posture things right now. I have not the best posture, evidently. Supposed to tuck my chin down and not engage my sternocleidomastoids. STM, sternocleidomastoids.
Dr. Brielle.
Sternocleidomastoids.
You can just say SCM.
STM. So I'm working on that, and I'm looking it up. So I've got good homework already on posture. Everyone can have better posture. A lot of folks, really.
Yeah. So full evaluation for really whatever you have going on, and then we create a follow-up plan based on that. Recovery sessions, so things like cupping, dry needling. We are both are able to do dry needling, so that's pretty cool because you don't get that in PT clinics everywhere either. So what am I missing?
Scraping.
Yeah, scraping, traction, joint mobilization.
Awesome. The dry needling's been great too. Have you done it yet?
The what?
Dry needling?
Yes, I have.
Good.
Did I do?
Yeah, I done it
too. You've done the dry needling?
So
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I haven't.
Up for trying.
I haven't done it with y'all.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't think I've ever stuck you with it.
I haven't done it with y'all.
Don't recall.
Do you guys have any like recess success stories yet, or like people that you've
Yeah.
kind of like found in the gym and are either in the process or maybe already even through the process with you guys?
Brielle, Whitley, would y'all mind listing off some of the services that you offer here at Recess Physical Therapy? Okay, it's good.
You do your success story.
Hold on, I'm like, wait, what did I ask? Oh, for success story. Okay. I was like, what today? Okay.
What are we talking about?
Do you guys have a story of a member who, has come to you through the gym or that you found that's either in the process or maybe is even through the process with you guys?
Yeah, I have one that has been doing really well. He came to us through the Instagram, and he's been a member here, I think, for 3 years. So he's like pretty in tune with everything going on at Recess, but he's training to go into the military, into officer training school in January. And so he's been doing a lot of increase in volume, and was just having like some nagging things going on. And he's actually improved his 5K time, I think 8 minutes since we started. So it's been awesome, and he's been like super consistent. So we actually have a story coming out about him soon on our Instagram. So it's gonna be
Okay,
exciting.
cool.
And
I saw something the other day that was a older lady that had dealt with osteoporosis, I think.
Yeah, so I've been working with her for a while. We did just make a post about her. She's awesome.
She's so
Yes. So she actually had a pelvic fracture a while back, and been working with her for quite some time. And now we're kind of just into like building strength, into maintenance phase. Like she lives alone, so just making sure that balance, strength, like all of those things, she's kind of keeping up with it. So she had, every 2 years, she has a DEXA scan. And 2 years ago when she had it, I don't remember her exact number, but she was in the category of osteoporosis for her age. And then now 2 years later, she had another DEXA scan and her bone density has actually improved, and she isn't considered to have osteoporosis anymore.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Incredible.
It's good.
So it's you know, the services you guys offer are really for like everyday folks. It's not elite athlete kind of thing. It's like almost, you know, anyone who's been through life can benefit from this kind of stuff. Yeah, go ahead.
So I have one client that I worked with for about a month, and he came to me and said he had just thrown his back out. So he says he throws his back out essentially twice a year. This has been happening for the last 10 years. He said anytime he lifts or squats over 180, it happens, like without fail, every time. So, you know, he's really nervous to increase his weight, and he had just had another flare up when he came in. So kind of worked through that with him, got him through that flare up. And now he's like, he sent me a video the other day, he's deadlifting 300 pounds. And it was just kind of like teaching him to first to trust his body and just like tweaking a few body mechanics things. And he's had no issues and been able to lift like he wants to. And he's super excited.
Squatting over 180?
He is, yeah, regularly. I also feel like a lot of physical therapists and I mean just people in general that have gone through therapy and have had success with it, there's kind of been talk about like, should PT be something where you just have like a yearly physical and we're just testing for any like strength mobility deficits, and here's your information, like here's
100%.
some suggestions that I have for you, things that you can do, and take that with you and get your stuff.
That's so valuable. I mean, I wish as a, you know, even being a personal trainer, that I had done an annual physical therapy movement assessment.
I mean, you know, you and I and Rachel, you know, we know like as trainers, and because we're in tune with our bodies, like we know now that that typically like injuries always showed signs at some point in time, right? So it was something that was like hindering movement pattern, right? And then you developed a new movement pattern, and then it just keeps building and building and building until something gives, right? And so I think like, you know, now in my later years of life, I'm like definitely more cognizant of that, and you know, not being like blind to my body speaking to me, but it sure would still be nice to always just keep up and like meet with someone like y'all, and have a movement screen, have a just screen before, you know, before it's too late, before it becomes something bigger.
And some people need a little bit more guidance than others. I told you what you should do, but you're like, I'm not going to do it unless you tell me to do it. Yeah. So, you know, some people need like a weekly appointment for a little bit to get them on the right track. Some people, you can just give them the information and they are going to go do it. Right. So everybody's
even with Taylor, knowing like what he does, he would tell you, or myself, he's like, I'm not going to do my homework. That's why I'm going to go to my physical therapy appointments, because Brielle's going to make me do my homework, and I'm not a good patient, even knowing what I know. Like I need to be guided.
Really. It's not fun, you know, but it's
no. And that's one really huge thing. Like I think it was one of your patients. They described like the clinic environment as sterile, and like that word just like sticks with me now. And I always think about like working in a clinic setting when somebody comes in for an evaluation and you tell them, this is the plan, like I want to see you twice a week for the next 2 months. Like, okay, let's schedule it. Like you're asking someone, like they could be a parent, like they have a job, they have so much going on. Like if you would tell me that I need to go to an appointment twice a week for the next 2 months, I'd be like, I don't want to do that. Yeah. Like, no, thank you. So I mean, it is, yeah. So being able to like come to an environment like this, like coming to recess is enjoyable. like even the bathrooms, like the sinks, like the Dysons and I'm like, I would so much rather come here and spend my time here and, you know, maybe get my therapy session in and then go get a little workout in. Like, I'm already here.
Well, therapy is such a nice word. It really is work, but it doesn't have to be a chore. Right?
Yeah. But just the environment is just so much more enjoyable.
I mean, really, like having been through physical therapy, you know, and being in a position now where I know it's on the horizon, I can't wait to do it. You know, and I know it's going to be work, but yeah, it's always to everyone's benefit. And I wish, too, you know, earlier on, like you talk about recovery in convention and the whole hidden side of training. You know, there's so much, I think, preventative stuff that you can do so that you don't get hurt, like Evan was talking about earlier. And those you could do the annual recovery, or rather, movement assessments. It would be really helpful.
Can you
like
walk
you
us
say,
through? Sorry, go ahead.
Like you said, Whitley, like I think if you're asking yourself, you know, like, oh, should I go in and see a physical therapist, get a screening, you know, like, then you're probably, the answer is yes.
When she said that, I heard like my mom's voice in the back of my head. It was like, if there is a question, there is no question.
That's really good.
Yeah.
A little soundbite.
Yeah.
How do we get started? People, they come in, what do they do? How do they get a hold of you guys? How do they make an appointment? What are the steps?
So we have our website, and we have our booking site through the website on recess.com, and we also have our own Instagram page that you can message us, and we can get you all set up that way.
recessdallas.com/PT, right? Or that's
You could just go to recessfitnessclub.com, and then you would
recessfitnessclub.com, and then the PT link.
physical therapy.
So we have a direct link on the Recess website to our online booking. So you can see available times and you can book whatever appointment you need from there. If you're not sure what you need or how much time you might need, you can reach out to us directly. So you can either call Recess, you can go up to the front desk, they can help you set up an appointment, or you can email us. It's physicaltherapy@recessdallas.com.
So we have an Instagram account, Recess Physical Therapy, and we're posting on there twice a week. We're doing educational, fun content, and you can also DM us there.
Thanks for watching another episode of Sandbox Sessions. Find us everywhere you get your podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere else. We'll see you next time.